everyone is sharing their Claude Code setups on GitHub and on Threads and on X now. And there's lots of agents and skills and workflows that are really, really cool. But there's a problem with just grabbing them and trying to use them instead of maybe adapting them to your own personal workflow on Claude. So that's why I've built this. This is the Borg. And the Borg has one thing to do, if you're familiar with Star Trek mythology, which is to assimilate your distinctive technological uniqueness and adapt it to their own. That's what this one does. So rather than taking stuff that you don't know what it is and you don't want to have to reconfigure dependencies or API keys, this will analyze it, look at what you're currently using in your Claude Code and Obsidian setup, and decide whether or not it's a good fit for you. So you need a way to absorb what's valuable and reject what's redundant. So you need the Borg. So setup's got quite a few things going on in it already. You can see that I've got a bunch of MCP servers ready to switch on and off when I need to. There's a bunch of agents that I've built, including Borg. Stuff that I've adapted from other repos that I've seen, including Claudcidian, Kai, and Clawdbot. Some really, really amazing stuff out there. So let's give you an example of how this could work. If I go to Clawdbot, for example, and have a look at all the Clawdbot skills that are sitting in here. If you don't want my system, go out and get Peter Steinberger's Clawdbot because it's awesome. But if you have built your own and you want to put some stuff in here, adapt it to your own, you can do it this way. So let's grab the skills directory and just give this to this thing. I want you to assimilate from here. Go and find out what's good, what works for me. Do an assessment. Let's see what it comes back with. Okay, now that it's taken some time and it's run through that, the agents come back having analyzed what's already in that repo. It's going to summarize the key findings. So it's not going to just copy everything in blindly. It's going to look at what I'm already using, what's maybe been added to Clawdbot's repo that might work with me. I noticed, for instance, I use 1Password on my own system via the CLI. I can see that a couple days ago, Clawdbot now has a 1Password skill. It's possible that that one's going to get flagged and absorbed into my system. So let's see what it comes back with. Okay, and here we are. The Borg agent analyzed the Clawdbot skills repo and identified several valuable capabilities to absorb. It notes that it's comprehensive. It's got 40 plus skills covering all kinds of stuff. Lots of it is not relevant to what I use, which is absolutely fine. But here are the recommended assimilations. tmux for background process orchestration, interactive TTY management, session logs, searching past Claude Code conversations in JSON-L files. That's possible. I need to look more into that. This is what I was looking for, actually. Secure secrets access via CLI. I am doing that to a degree. Every time I want I want Claude to grab an API key or a password or something from my 1Password, it does prompt me to authorize that. So I make sure I'm not passing secrets back and forth. And then there's also a skill creator, which extracts, there's a weather one. I'm not really using weather. That's fine. Extract design patterns into Creation Guard. Creation Guard is another skill that I have, which stops me from creating new skills, especially if my brain has forgotten that I've added skills. So Creation Guard is there as a gatekeeper to make sure I don't just keep creating the same skill over and over again. And then you can see that I've already got some stuff which is covered by my own personal implementation, which I call Cerebro. Oracle, which looks at my Calibre library and ingests stuff into ChromaDB so I can pull information out later on. Peekaboo, which I've gotten from someone else's one. I'm already using my Claude Code installation right on top of Obsidian, so I don't need extra integration. And I've already got a email triage skill, which runs through my mailboxes too. So next thing it wants to do is, do you want me to proceed with the assimilation? And let's say, yeah, go for it. Let's do that. But not whether. To do tmux and 1Password. And then you can see what happens in the assimilation here is it has a look at all the conventions that it's using versus what I'm using, gets the full source, and adapts everything so it works perfectly on my system. As it adapts and assimilates, you're going to get prompted to add these skills, so you still have, a human in the loop checking as you go along this entire process. It's not just going to do it blindly unless you've got YOLO permission set, which I don't recommend. Okay, assimilation is complete for both of those skills. They've been installed into my local Claude skills directory. It tells me exactly what they do. I know what they do, or I wouldn't have put them in, but I can still go and look into more detail later on. There's still another manual step I've got to do. Absolutely fine. I'll test that later on. I'll log that to my daily note so I can check it out later on. In the meantime, we can check out another repo. If you have a look for like awesome Claude skills or Claude skills repos, there's lots of stuff out there. I encourage you to explore if you're getting your feet wet with Claude Code and Obsidian as a non-programmer, as someone who just wants to use it for knowledge management. This is one I found called, nope, not that one, called Awesome Claude Skills from Composio HQ. So let's have a look. Let's copy that and have a look at simulate this one. This one's come back with some more gaps that it's identified from having looked at my setup and the way that I work and some things that might be missing. In this particular case, I may not adapt these, but it's nice to have the report first rather than just blindly copying it into my repo or into my Claude Code Obsidian setup. So in this particular case, I don't really want to put these in here right now. I might come back to them later, so I'll say no thanks. And then I'm done. So that is the Agent Borg. Check it out, see how you like it. And it should be really good at helping you and your Claude Code Obsidian setup get stronger and more capable working with you rather than just blind copying 50 to 100 skills that you may not need. All right, thanks. See you in the next one.